I'm Hollie Roberts, I'm 16 and I've been suffering from anxiety since I was about 12 years old. I didn't know anything about anxiety when I was that age, of course. I just thought I was a bit of a scaredy cat and I didn't know what to do in any situations without people holding my hand through everything. When I was 14, I discovered that I actually had a problem when I started self-harming by pulling out my hair and things like that, and suffering from panic attacks. And I informed the school, and honestly they did try, but I felt alone and that they didn't understand me and that I couldn't do anything to help myself. And eventually, about over a year ago, it got so bad to the point where I couldn't do anything without having to harm myself, with it being pulling my hair out or like cutting myself, that I eventually attempted to take my life, and I got referred to the CAMHS home treatment team, which is basically these people that come and see you twice a week and just ask you how you're coping, and a psychiatrist. And they didn't really help me emotionally or deal with what I was doing or anything. They just told me, this is what's going on with you, deal with it. I felt like I was alone and that I was the only person in the world who could deal with this, but I wasn't dealing with it, and that made me feel worthless and like I didn't deserve to be around. Even though I knew that everyone around me loved me and was supporting me, it didn't feel like that. It felt like I was the only person in the whole world. Then in March last year, it finally got so bad that I had to go to an inpatient facility, the Priory, and I stayed there for about 3 months, and I wasn't offered any individual therapy there either, and it was a very negative environment. It made me feel even more isolated, which I think is the worst problem for me, was being isolated and felt like there was no one around who was dealing with the same thing as me. I eventually left and I heard about the Linden method, so I went to the facility and asked for help, and I got guidance from there, and ever since then my life has changed. I can go out, I sing at gigs, I've met like my favourite bands that I go and see gigs all the time. And honestly, I'm just having the time of my life and spending my years like I'm an actual normal teenager. But I was a normal teenager before, but I was just suffering with anxiety. If you're a young person or in contact with anyone who you know that is suffering from anxiety, whether you be a school nurse, a pastoral support leader, a teacher, anyone, please contact the Linden Centre today and help improve the lives of the people suffering. You're not alone, you're not the only one who feels like this. And it will get better as long as you try. It's about you making your life change with the help from the Linden method.
My daughter Hollie suffered from anxiety from the early age of 12. I had no idea what to do, how to help her. I just felt useless, you know. I just didn't know what to do. Eventually she got referred to CAMHS, went down the route, she was on medication. She tried to take her own life, which was horrific. Just couldn't believe and couldn't help her in any way. She got admitted to the Priory by the NHS, got referred by the NHS and spent 12 weeks in the Priory, which didn't help her one bit. So we tried the Linden method and it completely changed her life. She went in this scared, like hunched up child, and came out, applied the Linden method, and it was like I had my daughter back again. She came back to me by doing this method. I urge you as a parent, just give it a go. It is amazing. It will change your life, get your child's life back. Your life, your child's life. What have you got to lose?